In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to process eddy covariance datasets that were logged to the LI-7500A and LI-7200 gas analyzers. These files are called GHG files and they have a .ghg extension. They include the eddy covariance data, including wind speed and gas density and site information. They may also include data from an LI-7700 methane analyzer or data from additional biological and meteorological sensors. To follow along with this tutorial, download a sample dataset from the LI-COR website. The first thing to do is launch EddyPro and start a new project. In the project creation page, you'll enter a project name. I'm going to call this Tutorial 1. This is actually an optional field as indicated by the italic heading. After that, click the Basic Settings button. Here, navigate to the folder that contains all your raw GHG data and select the folder. Below that, you'll notice a couple of options, such as the Search and Subfolders checkbox. If the data are contained in the folders within the directory, you can check the box and EddyPro will search all the subfolders for usable data. Click to detect the dataset dates to automatically determine the date range of the dataset. You can also choose a subperiod if you do not want to process all of the data that was contained in the directory. In this case, EddyPro found 5 files and we want to process all of them, so just go ahead and enter Output Directory. Click the Browse button and navigate to the folder where you'd like the results to be saved. Next, enter an output ID. Then go ahead and save the project. I'm going to save it to the Data folder. Below that is a field called Select Items for Flux Computation. Here you can choose all of the variables in your flux dataset. If you have more than one anemometer at the flux research site and that data is in GHG files, you could choose one or the other. But in this case, there's just one set of records from the anemometer. The same is true for CO2, H2O, and CH4 data. If you have multiple columns of suitable data for flux computations, you could choose from the columns. In this case, just leave everything as is and click Run as Express Mode, and EddyPro will process the data. After EddyPro has finished, you can open the Output folder to look at the results. The flux results will be in a file called the full output. You can open it in Excel and take a look. Results from each flux averaging interval are presented in a row in the output file. We had 5 raw files, 30 minutes each, and the flux averaging interval was 30 minutes, so there are 5 rows of results. You can see corrected fluxes and quality flags, storage fluxes, vertical advection fluxes, gas densities, concentrations, time lags, air properties, unrotated wind data, rotated wind data, rotation angles for tilt correction, some turbulence parameters, the flux footprint, uncorrected fluxes, statistical flags, spikes, variances, covariances, and custom variables if you included any.